Hello, welcome to Calculus 2 Online with Gary Parker of BMCC. Hi, I'm Gary Parker. Let's take a look at the course online. So the course is going to be in MyOpenMath, and the textbook is from OpenStax. If you already have a MyOpenMath account, then just log into it. And the course ID for this course is 18572. So hopefully you're already enrolled with that course ID. Course information, how to get the online textbook. You can download a PDF to whatever device you like, or you can view the book online. In an online math class, it is important to read the book. So this is an excellent book. There's a lot of good examples. So you should have a notebook where you take notes on some of the things in the book. And there's examples, there's proofs, there's solutions to examples. So please check that out. Calculus forum is for when you have questions about the course. Please ask there. If you're a student and you answer somebody's question, you could possibly get extra credit for that. If you provide a reasonably useful answer. If nobody answers a question within about 24 hours, then I jump into the forum and answer things. Please read the syllabus. Syllabus is important, information about how the course is run, the outcomes for the course, things you need, and so on. Please read it. There's a student solutions manual you can access. The calendar is available through that link there, or this link up here, and there's another calendar link on the side here. And so that shows when things are due. If you wait to the day it is due to get it done, there's a good chance you're not going to get it done on that day. You do have late passes, and you can apply those late passes whenever you want. A late pass can be used up to the day after the assignment is due. And it gives you another 2 days to get it done. There are tests in this class. The tests are proctored, which means somebody has to supervise you taking the test, preferably a BMCC testing center. You may go to a grant at EOU. Otherwise, you're going to have to set up your own proctor with the distance ed office. And so you want to jump on that right away, well before the first test. Otherwise, you may not get it done in time to take the test, and that would be a bad thing. I use YouTube Live, which used to be called Google Hangouts. It's evolving for video chat, so you can go to my Google Plus page if you want to join live or get links to past recordings of the class. If you're having trouble getting Google Hangouts to work, if you want to join me live, then there's a help page here I posted. I've taught this class before, so here's some old videos of calculus, sometimes by myself, sometimes with others. New videos will come as we make them. Quick review. So this antiderivatives section is from Calculus 1. So it was the last thing that was covered in my version of Calculus 1. So jump in, do this review assignment. When you're working on an assignment, you'll have an option up here to invoke a late pass if you don't think you're going to get it done on time. Otherwise, it'll also tell you when the assignment is due. Sometimes, however, the assignment is past due. So if you ever go into an assignment and it says in review mode, no scores will be saved, well, guess what? It's in review mode and no scores will be saved. You'll also see a show answer button, so that's the key indicator. This big red text here, and the show answer means it's now in review mode. Anything you do, answers won't count. Now you can enter answers here and submit them, and the computer will check to see if you're right or not, but it won't change the grade and grade. At this point, it's just for fun. When you do click on an answer box in MyOpenMath will say, hey, this is the type of thing I'm expecting. So here it says enter an algebraic expression. If you want more information on an algebraic expression, they give you some examples there. There is, through this yellow arrow here, an editor. So you can go into that editor and type fractions. So it's kind of a point and click thing. And then a square on that, save it. So the editor shows you how you would type something so it appears pretty. And notice I got a syntax okay here. So if I type something it's not expecting, then I should get a syntax error. So when you're working on a question, pay attention to a couple of things: what you're asked to do, how you're supposed to enter your answer, more details on how you can enter your answer, and if there's a syntax error or not. All of those things are important toward getting the right answer, getting a grade. If it's in review mode, that's a problem. So do your homework on time. Get it done early. So there. Let's see, other important features. Every section is set up pretty much the same way. The first thing you'll see in a section are the main topics we're going to cover for that section, followed by a link out to the ebook. Calculus Volume 1 does have chapters 5 and 6, which are the same chapters as chapters 1 and 2 in Calculus Volume 2. We're also going to get into chapter 3 in Calculus Volume 2, and that is not in Calculus Volume 1. So if you have a printed copy of Calculus Volume 1 and you want to continue with a print copy, you would have to buy Calculus Volume 2 to have a print copy of that third section that are covered. These other sections would be covered in Calculus 3. Followed by the objectives, and the textbook link is a bunch of videos, mostly of other people doing calculus. And then there's a homework assignment. So every section, same thing. Objectives, textbook, videos, homework assignment. Sometimes there might be something else that could be useful in understanding that particular topic. Doing the homework is just one small part. You have to practice more than just doing the homework. So if you hope to get a really good grade in this class, and all you do is open the homework and you ignore all of these videos and you never read the textbook, then you're unlikely to get a very good grade in this class. But you might pass, and I hope you do pass and get a good grade. There are, again, our exams. I haven't posted them yet. They won't be shown here. Just the review is shown here. The exam is on paper. And so the exam will be sent to your proctor at the appropriate time. All right, I think that's about it for the basics. Some other things to note: a graphing calculator of some type is useful. Desmos is a calculator that I use often. It does a whole lot of cool stuff. You can use it if you use function notation to evaluate functions, lots of points. You can make tables values with it too. It's pretty nice for a lot of different parts of math, especially calculus. Another app I use a lot is Geogebra. So Geogebra is, it's been around longer than Desmos. It's a lot more feature rich. It looks a little bit like Desmos, or I should say Desmos has been trying to look more and more like Geogebra. And Geogebra does similar things. And graphs them and gives those special points too. Geogebra can do quite a bit more, so it has functions that you can use. So for example, there's a list of things. You can find the area of a conic section, of a polygon. You can do summations, adding things up, which we're going to do in this course. So I'll go over some of these features later on in the course. So Desmos is a useful thing. And so is Geogebra. Other useful websites, if you've never checked it out, Wolfram Alpha, if I can spell. It's a very useful site. It does algebra, it does calculus, and more. And it's a little slow today, apparently. And it does things by typing English, like I want to do maybe derivative of. Something I type, maybe it needs a times there. So Wolfram Alpha is powerful. You wouldn't be able to use it on a test, but it can be helpful for homework. Things that came up in previous courses. derivative calculator, if you haven't been there. So yeah, that's what the next one, I believe. Yeah, and similarly, there's an integral calculator, which could be useful in this course. However, things that do symbolic algebra, like Wolfram alpha, derivative calculator, and integral calculator would not be allowed on tests. So keep that in mind. Don't get too dependent on them. If you do all of your work with Wolfram alpha and the derivative calculator or the integral calculator, then on a paper test, that would not be a good thing. All right, let's see. I think I'm going to stop this recording here. Come back soon with another one. Have a good day. Do good math.